Ever wondered how much your world revolves around you? Today, we're diving into the realm of egocentrism, a trait that can often feel like wearing blinders, limiting our view to our own wants and needs. It's a trait that can create barriers in our relationships and impede personal growth. But fear not, for today's video is all about understanding this trait, recognizing its impact on our lives, and most importantly, exploring practical strategies to overcome it. Join us as we delve deep into the world of egocentrism and strategies to overcome it. Egocentrism, the bubble around us, where our needs, wants, and perspectives take center stage. Imagine being in a play where you're the lead character and all other characters are merely supporting roles. That's what egocentrism feels like. It's a psychological stage where one's own self becomes the primary focus. It's not necessarily about arrogance or self-importance, but rather about an inability to fully understand or appreciate the perspectives of others. Egocentrism is often misunderstood as selfishness, but it's more about perspective than character. It's how we naturally see the world from our own viewpoint and struggle to step outside it. We all have egocentric tendencies, it's part of human nature. But when these tendencies become dominant, they can limit our understanding of the world and our connections with others. Egocentrism can manifest in various ways. It could show up as an inflexibility in beliefs, where one assumes their opinion or perspective is the only correct one. It could also appear as a lack of empathy, where one struggles to understand the feelings and experiences of others. Or it could emerge as a difficulty in taking criticism, where any challenge to one's viewpoint is seen as a personal attack. Now that we understand what egocentrism is, let's look at how to recognize it. Recognizing egocentrism can be challenging. Here are some signs to look out for. The first sign is an incessant self-focus. This is when the conversation seems to perpetually revolve around one person's experiences, problems, and achievements. They may seem to be playing a never-ending game of one-upmanship, always trying to outdo others with their own stories. Another sign is a difficulty in listening to others. An egocentric person often interrupts or dismisses other people's thoughts and feelings. They may seem impatient, waiting for their turn to speak rather than genuinely engaging in the conversation. This can often leave others feeling unheard and undervalued. A lack of empathy is a telltale sign of egocentrism. This is not just about failing to understand other people's emotions, but also about not even attempting to. An egocentric person may dismiss the feelings of others as unimportant or irrelevant, focusing solely on their own emotional state. Next, we have a sense of entitlement. This is when a person believes that their needs, desires, and opinions are inherently more important than those of others. They may expect special treatment and become upset or angry when they don't receive it. This can lead to a disregard for the feelings and needs of others, creating a one-sided relationship dynamic. Finally, an inability to take criticism is a common sign of egocentrism. An egocentric person may become defensive or even hostile when their actions or beliefs are challenged. They may perceive criticism as a personal attack, rather than an opportunity to learn and grow. Recognizing these signs is the first step towards understanding the impact of egocentrism on our lives. By being aware of these tendencies, we can start to make a conscious effort to shift our focus from ourselves to others, fostering empathy and connection in our relationships. Remember, change starts with self-awareness, so let's take that first step. Egocentrism can have a profound impact on our lives, often in ways we don't realize. It can strain our relationships, causing conflicts and misunderstandings that lead to social isolation. We become so engrossed in our own world that we fail to truly understand and connect with others. This lack of connection can lead to a sense of loneliness and emotional detachment, even when we are surrounded by people. Egocentrism also hinders our personal growth. By focusing solely on our own perspectives, we miss out on the opportunity to learn from others, to expand our horizons, and to develop a more rounded understanding of the world. In our professional lives, egocentrism can create workplace challenges. Poor teamwork, communication issues, and difficulty accepting feedback are all common outcomes of an egocentric mindset. But the good news is, we can overcome egocentrism. Overcoming egocentrism starts with cultivating empathy and connection. By stepping outside of our own bubble, we can begin to see the world through others' eyes and form meaningful connections. The antidote to egocentrism is empathy and connection. This is a truth that holds immense power in transforming our lives and relationships. The journey from egocentrism to empathy may seem daunting, but it can be navigated with some practical strategies that foster connection and understanding. Let's start with active listening, a skill that is deceptively simple yet incredibly impactful. Active listening goes beyond just hearing words. It involves paying complete attention to the speaker, understanding their perspective, and responding thoughtfully. It's about silencing our internal chatter and truly focusing on the other person. When we actively listen, we show the other person that we value their thoughts and feelings, creating a space for genuine connection. Next, we have the practice of empathy, or putting yourself in someone else's shoes. This is all about trying to understand what the other person is going through. It's about feeling their joy, their pain, their confusion, and their excitement, as if it were your own. It's a profound connection that transcends the surface level of interaction and taps into the core of our shared human experience. Validating feelings is another crucial step in cultivating empathy. We all have a deep-seated need to be understood and accepted. By acknowledging and validating someone's feelings, we're saying, "I see you, I hear you, your feelings matter." Even if we don't fully comprehend their emotions, the act of validation can have a profound effect, making the person feel heard and valued. Asking open-ended questions is another powerful tool in our empathy toolkit. These types of questions encourage the other person to express themselves more deeply, giving us insight into their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. It's a way of saying, "I'm interested in you, I want to understand you better." It fosters deeper connections and helps us break free from our egocentric bubble. Lastly, expressing appreciation is a simple yet potent way to cultivate connection. A heartfelt thank you or "I appreciate you" can go a long way in making someone feel valued and seen. It's a reminder that we're not alone, that we're part of a larger community of interconnected beings. So, how do we bring these strategies into our daily lives? It starts with a conscious decision to be more present and mindful in our interactions. It involves catching ourselves when we're slipping into egocentric habits and choosing empathy instead. It's about celebrating our shared humanity and reveling in the joy of connection. Practicing these strategies can help us move from egocentrism to empathy. It's not an overnight transformation, but each step we take towards empathy brings us closer to a life of deeper connections, richer experiences, and a more profound understanding of the world around us. It's a journey worth embarking on, a journey that leads us to a more compassionate, connected, and fulfilling life. Overcoming egocentrism is a conscious and continuous effort. It is about acknowledging our innate tendency to place ourselves at the center of the universe, and then making deliberate choices to shift our perspective outward. The first step in this journey is self-awareness. We need to recognize our own egocentric tendencies. Do we tend to dominate conversations, focusing on our own experiences and ideas? Do we struggle to genuinely empathize with others? Do we become defensive when our ideas are challenged? Being honest with ourselves about these tendencies is the starting point for change. Next, we need to challenge our assumptions. Egocentrism often arises from a belief that our perspective is the most valid or important. But every person has a unique perspective shaped by their own experiences, values, and knowledge. By questioning our own beliefs and considering alternative viewpoints, we can break free from the confines of our own perspective. Seeking diverse experiences is another key step. Meeting people from different backgrounds, cultures, and walks of life can broaden our understanding of the world and help us see beyond our own experiences. It's about stepping out of our comfort zones and embracing the rich complexity of human experience. Practicing mindfulness can also help us overcome egocentrism. Mindfulness is about being present in the moment, paying attention to our thoughts, emotions, and experiences without judgment. It helps us become more aware of our own biases and reactions, and gives us the space to choose empathy and understanding over self-centeredness. Finally, we should seek feedback from others. Trusted friends, family members, or colleagues can provide valuable insights into our behavior. They can point out when we're being egocentric and help us see things from a different perspective. The journey from egocentrism to empathy is transformative. It's not always easy and it requires ongoing effort. But the rewards are immense. By stepping outside of ourselves, we can forge deeper connections, develop greater understanding, and contribute to a more compassionate, connected world. Empathy and connection are powerful tools for personal growth and meaningful relationships. These twin virtues hold the power to not just change our lives, but the world around us. When we choose to empathize, we take a step outside of our self-centric bubble, allowing ourselves to view the world through the lens of another. This broadens our perspectives, increases our understanding, and deepens our connections with others. Connection, on the other hand, is the beautiful byproduct of empathy. It fosters a sense of belonging, a feeling of being understood, and a more fulfilling life. It's through these connections that we realize a fundamental truth. We are more alike than different. We share common dreams, fears, joys, and sorrows. This realization brings us closer together and fosters a sense of unity. It's the thread that weaves us into a shared fabric of humanity. Embrace empathy and connection, and see the world in a different light. Start today. Make a conscious effort to be more aware of your egocentric tendencies. Reflect on your interactions, and notice when your focus shifts to yourself, when you become a poor listener, or when you disregard others' feelings. These are opportunities for growth, for extending your empathy and forging stronger connections. Begin to implement the strategies we've discussed in your daily life. Practice active listening, put yourself in others' shoes, validate their feelings, ask open-ended questions, and express appreciation. Remember, it's a process. Be patient with yourself as you embark on this transformative journey. And as you move forward, don't keep this journey to yourself. Share your experiences and insights with others, whether it's a friend, a family member, or someone in your community. Your story could be the spark that inspires someone else to begin their own journey. Join us on this journey towards empathy and connection, and experience the transformation in your life.